Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this will be a comprehensive Harsetti guide. So we'll go over why she is so important in the meta, and we'll go over some of her builds, some of her synergies and counters, and then finally we will go into the conclusion. So why does Harsetti change everything? Mainly it's her passive, Law of Scourge. So what does this passive exactly do? What it does is in this image, as you can see, please ignore the characters. The images may not be accurate, but the speed here you can see of her SETI is at 150. So when she's at 150 speed, basically your entire opponents and your team gets capped at 90% of the speed. So 135 will be the speed for all your opponent characters, right? So this basically takes the element of speed out of the game. So if you have a slow roster and you're getting cleaved, Harsetti can be the perfect counter to kind of block that and make it a complete RNG fest. So when everyone is capped at 135, there's a 50-50 coin flip which happens. So there'll be a 5% CR push depending on literally a coin toss, you could say, and deciding who goes next. So she completely disrupts the game, and this is something that this hero will be in the meta, I think, always in RTA, simply because of this passive. Now we'll go over some of her builds. So the most common build you'll see is the Injury Bruiser build. So what basically this build does, I've given the stats that you want to target. So basically you're looking at about a 25,000 HP, because since you will be doing an injury set on her, you want to max that S1 damage, which will also cause injury damage. So that's why you want her at around 25,000 HP. You want around 1500 defense. So if there are any heroes on the opposing team which basically penetrates, so this counters that as well. You want her speed as min as possible. You don't want any stats going into her speed, because that's what you're going for. You want the game to slow down. So you go for zero base speed, which will basically utilize her passive to the max. And you want to get the crit up to 100%, so that you know you're doing regular damage. If on top of that you can manage to get some effect accuracy, then definitely that helps as well. But she will be much easier to build as you're not looking for anything speed. A Golden Rose will be a good artifact on her in this build, because what Golden Rose does is when HP is 50% or more, increases attack by 10% and also heals for 10% of the damage. So definitely that can be a very good artifact in this build. Let's look at her second build. So this is the Control Queen build. Now, why speed? So basically, as we discussed, it caps the hero at 90%, right, of her speed. So if she's at 280 speed and you have other control units in that team with her, that will help outpace. And you're looking for very high effectiveness here. You're looking in the range of 150 to 200%, so that you land the debuffs. And the artifact you're going for is Abyssal Crown, because Abyssal Crown basically has the potential to stun the opponent as well, and then as much HP and defense you can add. But here the speed and effectiveness is which is the main stat you're looking for. So let's look at some of her synergies. So Zio is one of the best synergies with her, as well as a counter as well, but we'll come to that. ML Rowana can be a very good synergy with Harsetti, because basically Rowana will push up 70% of her 70% she'll get a push if the person in the front row is going first. So Harsetti goes and then you're guaranteed Rowana goes next. Ilinov can be good because she can do injury damage. She has critical resistance and can cleanse as well. So in longer games, which you're ideally targeting for with Harsetti, ML Ilinov is a very good option. Dead Dealer Ray is again really good to use with her because Harsetti has AoE attacks. Dead Dealer Ray has Sleep and Venom, and that Venom will trigger with Harsetti's AoE attack as well. So definitely DDR is a very good option with her. And ML Landy again works well because she capitalizes on the slow pace because she counters. And she's not really affected by speed caps in any way because she build her slow anyway. So these are the top 5 synergies that you can look at. Also, now going into the top 5 counters. So, young Senya. So, she is a limited character who was pretty much created to counter Harsetti. So, what she does is she brings team protection. So, when Harsetti will AoE, she'll kind of cleanse the team and heal them, and she attacks as well. So, she's the best answer overall, I would say. Zio is again a great option because Zio has a 20% CR push. So even when he gets speed capped, he will still push 20% and he will always go first. So he kind of takes that first move away from Harsetti. Aram again, who came out recently, she provides immunity at the start of the battle. So basically, Harsetti debuffs won't land. Roanna is a very economical option here as well because pretty much easy to get, being a regular 5-star hero because she gets team healing and CR push on hits. So since Harsetti has AoE attacks, it will continuously pull Roanna up. Ilinov again, she works with her and against her because she gives resistance to defense penetration and injury mitigation makes that chip damage very less effective. So in a long battle, ML Ilinov is generally good. So she also counters Harsetti as well. So to conclude, uh, Harsetti is triple S RTA tier, and she probably always will be till she exists in the game or she's nerfed in any way. So she's pretty decently easy to build and use because your stat priority, you don't have need to put any speed on her. And if you look at her role, she can be a DPS, disruptor, however you want her. So there are multiple ways to use her and kind of utilize her. And if you can get your hands on her, she is definitely a must pull because she has a great longevity in the game and she'll always be around. And if you look at her weakness, young Senya and Aram do counter her, but keep in mind the disruption still works. So although they are counters, they're games where you may pick a Harsetti even into them. So she is kind of like been around now for a while, and I think she is someone who will have value no matter what the meta is in the game. So definitely worth having simply because of the utility that you get out of her. So yeah, that would be the Harsetti guide. Please do give your feedback because I'm looking to do more such videos on heroes. Do give some suggestions in the comments if there are certain things that I should improve upon or there's certain things that I've not touched upon. And definitely do like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you in the next one.